And we're back, folks, with another edition of the Michigan Football Film Study focused on defense with Vance Bedford. And Vance, you called it. You said the Wolverines were going to beat the Spartans. And once again, my brother, you were prophetic. The Wolverines did beat those Spartans. And I would say that they beat the Spartans mostly because of the defense, because the defense held them in that game in the first half. Took the offense a minute, more than a minute, majority of the first half to get on track. Special teams too, but the defense held them in, bent but didn't break, and eventually the Wolverines won that game, brother. So you called it once again. You get the folks that stayed on the train were rewarded and rewarded nicely with a victory, my brother.
Crystal ball, brother, crystal ball. I mean, Sam, it could have easily been 14-0 the first 8 minutes of the ball game. Think about that. But we held them. They missed a field goal. Next time they scored. So we kept them in check until the offense got flowing. The special teams played better, which we talked about had to play better. And that's the reason why we won the football game. But at the end of the day, the offense did just enough to score enough points. We held on with the defense on the field at the end. We won the ball game. We beat little brother again.
You know, you talk about when talking about the defensive backs, especially corners, you always talk about, hey man, next play mentality. Sometimes that applies to the unit. It applies to the defense, right? Where you gotta keep playing. If they're getting over on you like they were in that first drive, Vance, they had the ball 8 minutes. They moved right down the field, and they knocking on the doorstep of the goal line. It'd be very easy for a defense to say, "Ah, man, they right here. Might as well just let it go, let them score." And defense kept playing, and they wound up being rewarded for that because they kept playing. They got a penalty, and then they tried to kick a field goal. They missed the field goal. They wound up getting off the field, giving up no points.
They did. Sometimes you have to keep playing because you go back to that drive. It was a long drive. And we get down there. They're going to go for it on fourth down. Penalty calls them, so they try to kick a field goal, miss the field goal. Think our offense goes out there. Wasn't very long. I think it was 3 plays and out. They'd right back down there again. That time they scored. You could see the defense getting a little tired, a little frustrated. But you know what? There are enough leaders on defense that they kept fighting. And my hat's off to my big tackles inside. And I've been on them guys hard this year, Sam, as you know. They look like the guys I've been wanting them to look like the entire year. They played lights out the entire ball game. Them 2 guys inside, they're the real deal Holyfield, baby. They came to eat, and they ate throughout that ball game.
They sure did. Well, folks, we're going to talk about a lot throughout this film study. Talked about bending but not breaking. That's going to be one of the themes because third down defense. So they did a lot right. Defense did a lot right. But third down defense was an example of when they did the most bending, Vance. They bent a lot on third down.
That was almost breaking. So when people use the concept bend don't break, that means we're keeping everything inside and in front. We're going to let you go down slowly, and we get in the red zone. We're going to either stop you or hold you to a field goal. Well, our situation was on third down. We were breaking.
Yeah, you're right.
It's a big difference.
You're right.
A lot of times, some of the calls, I'm looking at social media, Sam. So people, why is 55 Mason Graham standing up? They just going off. Why is Mason here? We're going to take a good hard look at that because we're going to break down third down more than anything else and give you the pluses and minuses. Sometimes the calls were good and the execution was not there. And that's the key. And the tackling wasn't there. If we execute and tackle better, guess what? We probably off the field. And the other couple of times, it's like, maybe we shouldn't be here because our corners right now they're not showing the confidence to say, I'm playing cat coverage, I'm playing man-to-man. They're getting so much better. Potentially, Hall and Hill, I think potentially they could be really good players. I think they have the potential one day to be in the NFL. They keep going how they're going. They're not there right now, though. So you got to understand your talent level, what they are, and play to their strengths. And sometimes we're not doing that.
Yeah, you're definitely laying out what bend but don't break means, the concept for sure. Like the coach you are, I was definitely highlighting how from a game perspective, what it was that they, from a game perspective, gave up a whole lot of plays that you didn't want to see them give up, but ultimately they didn't give up a whole lot of points.
That's
That's not
exactly.
that's not the way bend but don't break is supposed to work. It
It,
really, that's how it worked for them in
you
this
know,
game.
in key situations, Sam, we made enough key plays to win the game. It's like people always, the fans, give them a grade. It's like, to me, I said in the first half, our defense was A minus. I thought they played that well. I mean, we gave up some yardage, but at the end of the day, we didn't give up points. We were A minus. We got a takeaway right before the half, the last 3 points. It really was the difference in that ball game. We came back in the third quarter. I'm like, this don't look very good. And we're on the B range. And the fourth quarter, we C minus. So we started off hot as fish grease, but we started going down. That fish grease started cooling off, with the fish not cooking no more, babe. It wasn't. I mean, so we got to finish the game hot as fish grease. So we still frying them all over the place, and they jumping out of the grease trying to get away from us.
Well,
So that was a scary part of the things that we saw.
yeah, and they, it was alarming. We'll jump into the plays right now. It was alarming to open the game how easily they were able to run the football, and we saw throughout the game a lot of those big runs came on third down.
And
And like
Sam, this running back, I had no idea. He was a man child out there. He ran through us, around us. We couldn't get one-on-one in space. We couldn't get him down. It took 2 or 3 guys to corral that guy. And we're going to see a bunch of missed tackles in these third down situations that if we make the tackle at the point of attack, we're off the field. So it's a lot of things that didn't happen in a positive way for us that we're going to talk about right now.
yes, sir.
This is one of the first third down plays. Now, just to let you know, it's 3rd down and 9. This is the first drive. This is the check. They checked to this play right here. They checked to this play because of the look that they had. We have a blitz look. So for some reason, on 3rd down, this is a joker package, which we freeze right there. Sam. We show this look quite a bit on 3rd down. We're looking like too high, but we got 3 down linemen, 3 linebackers, and 5 defensive backs, which means a lot of times we're doing some kind of stunt, some kind of blitz. So in this situation right here, this is the check. They check to this particular run. And as you see us, as we get ready to go, I call this nickel rock twist because we got a twist going on. We don't execute, Sam. If we execute, this is about the field. This is nothing but a stretch play. They all zone it to their right. The back, he puts his foot in the ground, hits that A to B gap and goes vertical, and there's nobody there. There's nobody there. It's just simple blocking scheme. They check to this play because of the look that we're in. Okay, this is a check play. Okay, everybody's talking about Mason Graham standing up. He's into the boundary. So this is really, this is like rock with a twist done on. The nickel back is coming from the field. The end to the field, he should be in the B gap. Guess where he doesn't go, Sam? In the B gap where the ball is run. If he goes in the B gap, it's tackling practice. It is. It's just that simple. And so now we go to the next guy to see the guy standing up the backer. He's coming through the center to the gap. Mason just going vertical instead of having his hand in the dirt as a 3 technique. He just standing up. He has no effect, plus or minus, on this play. Okay, none whatsoever. So him standing up is no big deal. Instead of being his hand down as a 3 technique, he stands up as a 3 technique. That's all it is. And then the backer is going to loop around. But the key to this problem is the end didn't get to be. You can see the twist stunt. When we've been talking about stunning the front twist all for the last 4 or 5 ball games. Remember that, Sam? He did a lot of that at this ball game. He did a lot of twisting with the down guys in the back of this ball game more than other games he's done. But the problem is we don't execute. The end stays outside the tackle. We're in trouble. You can see the defensive end to the boundary. He steps up. He should drop. The linebacker in the B gap to the field. He should drop. This is really a good call. Real simple what we've been doing, but we're doing it out of a show look. Guys standing up. Sam, we just don't execute.
Mm-hmm.
Why we don't execute this call, I have no idea why the end does not hit that B gap. So let's let it run, Sam. You see where he stays outside?
Yeah.
If he goes in a B gap, Sam, we off the field. So it wasn't 55 or standing up. It's execution. It's execution on our part. Going to B gap is tackling practice. You got a nickel back coming outside. That defensive end has to win in the B gap. He did not. Therefore, we are short in the box. The backer who's dropping out is expecting the ball to come outside, so he's protected. So that defensive end goes in the B gap. We are off the field right now. They got either punt the ball, Sam, or go for it on fourth down. This is an execution more than the call, no matter how you look at it. But then you got to go back is, why is this guy not executing his defense? That's my issue. Why is he not going in the B gap? If that guy steps to him, that should be easy play. He stays outside. So my question to him is, son, why are you not in the B gap? That's your job. You got a guy coming outside of you. Why are you staying head up to outside? Now the B gap is wide open.
Mm-hmm.
So it was an execution issue on this particular play more than anything else. If we execute, Sam, it's a no play. We off the field. Because now you can see the guard is climbing with nobody to block.
Mm-hmm.
Because we had a twist on with the nose and the backer. The nose, the center, he turns to seal anybody trying to wrap back around. So they got us walled off from coming from the boundary. They block out on the end. It should have been the B gap. Bam, it's a huge play.
Yeah.
That's the execution right now.
Yep.
More than anything, it's not the call. And people are going to say, well, why is 55 standing up? If we execute with the defensive end, we off the field, fellas. We off the field.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And again, they check to this play. It doesn't show here, but I was watching the video, watching television. I'm like, they just check to this run. They check right into the strength of the defense. If we execute, it's a good call. We don't execute, so now everybody, well, why is Mason standing up? Well, Mason wasn't involved in the play in the first place. We talked him into running to the strength of the defense. We didn't execute. That's what happened.
Folks, if you want to see the rest of this film study, all you have to do is download the Autograph app. It is available for free on Android and iOS. So if you haven't been enjoying it by now, what are you waiting on? If you want to enjoy all of the film studies that you missed previously, they are available there. But not just the film studies, all of the free podcasts that are focused on Michigan, all of the free blogs that are focused on Michigan, of course, the free videos that are focused on Michigan, aggregated in one place. And the great thing about it is, as you watch those videos, listen to those podcasts, read that blog material, you accrue points, and then you're later able to redeem those points for rewards like tickets and access to exclusive events. All of that available on Autograph, a great concept that was created by your friend, our friend, Tom Brady, TB12 himself, and the folks over at Autograph. So download the Autograph app today. You see the QR code on your screen. You can also get it by typing in the URL link.ag.fan/Sam Webb. Get the Autograph app today.